When it comes to creating a viral video, there's certain ingredients that you should have inside of your video. And here at Think, we are YouTube scientists, YouTube chefs, and we're always in the kitchen cooking up some new videos. And on today's Think Marketing Live, we are actually going to have Omar El-Takori from the Think team break down one of our most recent viral videos and share with you the ingredients that should be inside of your next viral video. My name is Heather Torres, and you're actually here on the Think Marketing Show, and we are going to be jumping into that. But I just wanted to say, if you're new here to this channel, make sure you subscribe so that you get notified every single time a new video comes out. Well, we're going to be jumping into the main content today. And this is actually coming from our YouTube strategy workshop. Here at Think, every single year, we love to put together a solid 2 to 4 hours of time with our current members of our Video Ranking Academy, the #1 place to learn how to do YouTube right. And we really dive into what you should be focused on for this year. And one of those sessions was brought to you by Omar El-Takori, the lead content creator here at Think. And he broke down the 5 ingredients needed for a viral video by sharing just a case study of what we're doing here at Think. And I will hope you have your notepad ready. I want you to lean into this. And before we get into it, I just want to let you know that we have a new web class up. So if you have not taken our current Think Masterclass, I want to let you know that today's video is brought to you by thethinkmasterclass.com. This is where at Think Media, we go deeper into teaching you the 3 secrets to success on YouTube and how you can actually jump in to getting started right on YouTube, how to connect the dots when it comes to creating your channel, hacking the algorithm, understanding how to get views, and how to make videos that will help the people on your mission. Well, we're going to jump into the featured content today. And then after that, I'll come back on for a little bit of Q&A. So let's jump into Omar's training.
Case study of a recent viral video on Think Media and just break it down and how we actually came to this. And the reality is it was the #1 viewed video of 2021 as far as what was uploaded. And then talk about the ingredients, which I've put together in 5 various T's because I like alliteration. It helps you remember. But let me just tell you real quick, what happened was on October 14th, just last year, a couple months ago, we uploaded and posted a video. I was on a Zoom call with the Think team. We meet 3 times a week on Zoom. I was on my laptop and, laptops just have the lamest webcams ever. Not only is the quality just trash, but like it shoots up at your nose. And then you just get the follicles and the hairs and all that stuff. And you don't want that happening, right? And so I thought, I was like, how can I get my laptop kind of like the camera up to my eye level? And I found that like there has to be a way to use your phone as a webcam. And then sure enough, that's what I searched, and I looked, and I'll talk about through this process. But that is the video that we uploaded on this day. It is called How to Use Your Smartphone as a Webcam. Wanted to, see how better your webcam could be rather than using the one that's built in. And it's using the phone that you already have. And you probably guess, you're like, whoa, there's so much going on. Why is Omar's eyes that big? Why is there, all this stuff? We're going to talk about all these things that made up this video. But the biggest thing is that in just this short amount of time, it has gotten over 250,000 views. This is way above what we are typically doing on our daily uploads. And there's something to say about why this video was the most successful video upload that we had on Think Media in 2021. And so I'm gonna show you the backend analytics and literally show you like live and show you all the things that happened with this video and things that we've learned from it. But before we do that, I have a huge confession to make. I got to take the time to make this confession. I absolutely love coffee. It's like a weird kind of love though. Like you're probably like, man, Omar, I love coffee too. No, let me tell you how much I love coffee right now. This is my coffee setup here in the El-Tak Rory household. You got your batch brew on the left that allows me to brew up to 10 cups of coffee. I have my burr grinder because you want to grind your beans with a single pass so you can achieve the most consistency of your grind size. And then to the right, you have a Breville dual boiler espresso machine, allowing me to pull the shot with a commercial size group head and steam milk at the very same time to achieve the optimal temperature when brewing espresso-based drink. This is my coffee setup. I am weird, but I love it. I literally go to sleep every night. I'm like, I'm excited because tomorrow I'm going to get me some coffee. And so when you think about the reality of coffee, essentially it's this, it's coffee and water, and then put together with a certain amount of, ratios and things like that. And I would say out of all the gear you see right here, probably one of the most important is this scale. The way to get the best cup of coffee, it takes having in a dialed recipe, and with that recipe comes the right ratio from water to coffee. You want the right temperature of water, 190 to 200 degrees of water, and when using the espresso machine, you need a certain degree of pressure to go with that coffee. All this works together to create a great cup of coffee. And I have a great cup of coffee every day, but that's the same idea as what it takes when it comes to making your next breakout or viral video. You need the right ingredients. And so we're going to be talking about the 5 ingredients to include in your next viral video. And I've broken it down into 5 T's. And so this is the recipe for virality. It is number 1, topic. Number 2 is tutorial. 3 is title. Next is time, and the next is thumbnail. And these all will work together for the good of your video views. And so I really hope that write these 5 down. I'm going to break it down in just a second, but pumped about this, breaking this down. So here we go. The first thing is finding the trendy topic of your video. This is one of the worst things that typically happens when people have a breakout video that wasn't planned or expected, is now they have a breakout video in something they don't know or want to be known about, right? Like, like my breakout video was a video on me using your phone to use as a webcam, which lines up with what we're doing at Think Media. So I'm all about it. Let me be the webcam guy, and let me be the guy that levels up your live streams, but if we made a random video and that went viral, that wouldn't do much and it wouldn't make sense. So all that to say, you want your viral video to align with your channel's niche. This is very important because you don't want to be famous for the wrong thing. You don't want to climb the wrong mountain. But nonetheless, you want what you want to be known for to get big, right? And then number 2 is ask yourself, what is a current problem or trend with the world or in the industry that you are a part of? What is a current trend or what's happening in the world? And, that leads you to help you determine then the type of video you should be making. Because when you are able to speak into the topic that you have identified and what you're going to talk about, then you're going to create a tutorial around that topic. So because this is a psychological reality that when you teach people or when you show people how to do something, you become an authority. They automatically deem you in a higher position because you are now teaching them. Every time we were in the class, like if the teacher told you to be quiet, you were quiet because they're giving the information and it's time to be quiet. But there's something psychologically about that when we are learning from somebody, we are slowly placing them in a higher place psychologically in regards to the information that they are giving. Number 2, essentially, you're going to just create a how-to video that requires no money. Tony talked about, the various viral or the various tips that you can do to create titles for your next few videos. That how-to is so important. And it was so important this year in the previous year in 2020, that how many things that you search, because now it was like a new year and we were all doing new things. All that to say, if you were celebrating New Year's, there was an awesome commercial, and YouTube actually made this commercial, and I want to play it right now, just to kind of prove a point when it comes to creating these tutorials and on trendy topics. And so let's run that video.
Hey YouTube, how's it going?
I am fine, feeling lonely.
I still don't know how to cope.
I found comfort in what's here.
How to get through 2020 without losing your sanity.
I'm not afraid.
Lo primero que haremos será lavar las manos.
You got to keep them hands fresh.
Maintain social distancing.
Show you how to make a super easy mask.
You
are courageous and brave.
É importante saber que ele está enfrentando isso em família.
We have to stay strong.
It's okay to let it go. It's okay to cry.
I'm doing the best that I can.
I do believe this too shall pass. I know it will.
This is tough, guys. I'm dizzy.
Everything hurts.
We're going to learn how to iron a dress shirt.
This is how I am teaching remotely.
Today's your big day. Are you excited?
Mama is tired.
6 feet apart.
You have to feed your creativity.
Built this tree house.
You guys ready for the movie?
See what we can do.
I'm so excited.
Change your love, change your love, change me.
You're going to make it to the other side of it. And that's really all that's important.
Man, if Heather's session didn't make you cry, and if that video didn't make you cry, you got some issues. No, I'm just kidding. Man, how powerful was that video? Like, but what, Omar, what's the point? Why did you even play that? That if you put the right topic at the right time, in the right time of the year, that you can literally break through. That how many people broke through in YouTube because people were searching how to do stuff. Honestly, on Think Media, our channel exploded in April, June, because people were like, how do you start a YouTube channel? What gear should we buy? But we've created searchable videos around the topic and niche that we are part of. And it lined up with what was going on. Specifically in the video that that I'm sharing in this training is people are using their webcam. People are now working from home. And so it was using that. This reminds me of a specific word that we've essentially never heard before 2020. And that was this word. It was stimulus check. I don't know. I haven't heard about that word prior to 2020, but when that was the news and that was the big talk, I tell you what, these finance channels and even some real estate channels started hopping on this keyword and started talking about stimulus check. And specifically, there are 3 people that really blew up last year because they just went with the trend and the topic, and they started creating tutorials and talked about these things. And the first person on the left is Meet Kevin. This guy's a investor, real estate guy, but he started putting out videos on the stimulus, and boom, it like started flowing like crazy. This next person in the middle is Erica Kohlberg. Her channel too blew up, and now she has like around 60,000 subscribers. The next one you see is Clear Value Tax. This guy has been posting for a couple of years, but when he started talking about the stimulus check, his stuff blew up. And all that to say, there's just, you got to know the trends you are speaking into. You got to know the times that you're speaking into and creating these videos. And all that to say, when you've taken all this information, now you can make better videos. And here's how you can do that. This is how you can make better videos. Number 1 is you start landing on your title. You start landing on your title. This is just a simple, practical way. I know Tony talked about a lot of other ways to achieve your title, but one way too, and he mentioned this on his last breakout, was just start typing it in the YouTube search bar. This takes no special websites, no special anything. Just YouTube, start typing in. This is what I did. I started typing in how to use your phone space bar, and look what showed up. As a webcam, that was the first thing that showed up. And honestly, VRA fam, we go super deep with trainings like this inside of the Facebook group when it comes to keyword research and things. This is like the basic of the basic, but it's a VRA fam that really, really gets that dialed in, getting the right words to use for your titles. And so this is just the baseline. Everybody in this training right now can do this. Go to YouTube, start putting it in. And so, yes, I saw the phone as a webcam. And then when I hit search, this is so important. This could serve as a power tip. When you search the video that you want to make, you're doing it for 2 reasons. You're doing it to see the competition, ultimately, but you're doing it to see the times of videos in order to achieve that tutorial. So I'm looking and I'm seeing like, how long is it taking for other people to teach this exact title? How to use because if I can make it shorter and if I can make it better, then I am, right? The same thing is to compare your thumbnails. And so going a little bit deeper, a lot of people ask us, how long should our videos be? Like, how long should maybe your next viral video will be, this is what we teach at Think Media, as long as necessary and as short as possible. Be brief, be light, be fun, and be done. And that's huge. And so I call this the shorter effect. When you search on YouTube and you see the competition of the video that you're about to post or create or record, then you now have the data that, hey, I need to make this video shorter. Because how many times have you searched for something on YouTube and you simply selected the shorter tutorial? Man, because none of us have all that time anymore, right? I mean, we do, but that's just how we live. Our attention spans are quicker. And so you typically click on the shortest video. And so that's something you need to take into account in your next viral video. Make it shorter than the competition. You know, also, the next thing is the better effect. When it comes to developing your thumbnail and your video, but specifically your thumbnail, now you can look at all the thumbnails that people are doing and just make yours better. And better doesn't mean more busy. Better just means simple. Stand out with simplicity. I love how Heather talked about KISS. Keep it simple and also keep it short. Simple and short are your best friends in 2021. I'll tell you that much. And so essentially this was like what I was working with. This is everything that showed up first page when you search you know, how to use your phone as a webcam. And I saw that a lot were pretty busy. And at the same time, all of them are crazy too. So like I was trying to find a way to, you know, to stand out. And that's why I'm going to talk about how we came up with the thumbnail that we actually went with. But make your video shorter, make your thumbnail better. But the process we actually landed on this thumbnail because clicking on a thumbnail is huge because it's the one that attracts your eye, right? The one that you click. And so like Tony mentioned earlier with coming up with 3 titles, I would encourage you to come up with 2 or 3 different thumbnails. Options are your best friend. So when it comes to developing your thumbnail, having about a few to work with is where you want to start. And then the next thing about that is you want to get feedback. Like, so this is actually a post on Slack. This is our Slack thread. We have a full team of people that we can bounce ideas from. VRA, they share thumbnails with one another and they get feedback on their thumbnails. I would encourage you to maybe in this workshop, find somebody that you could feed your thumbnails off of. I have a few friends in my life that text me, hey, this one or that one. It's great to get some feedback when it comes to your thumbnails and your titles. But nonetheless, maybe this is important. Have a few options to choose prior to going with the thumbnail. The next, this is what we ended up kind of essentially starting and landing on. The big thing was like, why don't you look up at the phone? And then so it points attention to the phone. As you see, I'm pointing and my eyes are looking at the phone, but there was an issue. And so the next step was the phone's getting lost on that black wall. And so we swapped it out for a white one. These are just little things that we're doing to help communicate what this video is about, but ultimately to get that click. Because if this was just a laptop, that's no fun. But now you see a laptop and you see a phone, you're like, oh man, I have a phone and I have a laptop. And speaking to that reality too, people also using Zoom and stuff. And so this is what people are seeing every day. And so kind of think through the mind of the person. Always have that creator in mind when making it. This is the funny thing that happened. And I think, I mean, this could literally be the sole reason why this video broke through is because they gave me ET eyes. And I say they because I worked up to the thumbnail up to this point. And then Nolan on the team was like, bro, we should just like make you look like ET. So it just looks weird. And I'm like, man, whatever. If this is the sword I got to die on, let's do it. So we made my eyes bigger. And the reality is when you have big eyes in in a picture or in a video, the reality is don't do your video with this effect, by the way, but is that people pay more attention. Tubefilter.com did a study revealing that close up on faces, preferably making eye contact, humans have evolved to detect eye contact. So making thumbnails with eye contact more eye-catching, especially if the whites of the eyes are visible, like not your anything else. Don't squint or anything. But in addition to this, humans communicate in large part by reading emotional cues in the face. So I'm not looking directly at you, but you can see where my eyes are looking, right? And so it's pointing your attention. And then the next thing to relate to everybody else was just to add the Zoom logo, because this is why people are doing, they're working from home and they're doing Zoom. And so that's how we landed on this thumbnail. The thumbnail is so important, but just notice how there was a process to land on the perfect thumbnail for this video. And then as far as like the analytics of this whole thing, let me just show you real quick how this all worked out. And so on the analytics side of things, you can see that we uploaded this video on October 14th, right? And then you could see it kind of just grow and grow and grow. And let me tell you this, if there's one thing you need to practice this year, it's going to be patience. Because when you can do all that you can do, when it comes to titling your video, thumbnail your video, do all those things that you can control, all the things that I talked about, that then YouTube can suck you into the algorithm, which is all what we want. We want to get sucked into the algorithm. But this video didn't pop off till almost a month after it dropped. A month went by, and then it was just boom. And you can see these are all views that are compiling compound views on this video. And so it's just taken off. But don't think that just because in the first week of your upload that, you know, your video is not going to work. If you've done what you can, hands off the wheel and let it do its thing. This is what's so cool about YouTube being a search engine, and that YouTube then prioritizes your videos in ways that you can't. Now the number one way it's suggested. So when people are looking at like things, like other videos similar to this, YouTube is now suggesting this video. Second is YouTube search. That's the goal, is that now this video is working and it's gained us 2,000, a little over 2,000 subscribers, made almost $900. It's getting 6,400 views every 2 days. Don't you want a video that has 6,400 views every 2 days? You can do this, friend. And it, like viral, like Sean mentioned, viral doesn't mean millions. Viral is when you have a breakout video in your niche and it makes sense with what you want to talk about and be known for. And so 250 or 260,000 views in a couple months is awesome for what we teach and what we do. And so that's some of the the behind the scenes when it comes to the analytics on YouTube. And so more than anything, this is just a short power session. I wanted to just share that case study of this specific video and how we, got with the times and we knew what was happening. People were working from home. We created a tutorial around that costs no money. So I'm taking you from A to B with no money needed, developing my title, then we having a short video that in comparison to the competition, and then lastly landing on your thumbnail to really have that full awesome recipe for virality and cooking the best video that you're going to post in 2021. And ultimately, I think the biggest thing is to really just do that. We always say like base hits, maybe a product review here and then maybe a tutorial here and there, but like sometimes they can turn into home runs, and you're one viral video away from really breaking through in your industry and for people to deem you as the authority in what you are teaching.
Well, that was a piece of our YouTube strategy workshop. Thank you so much, Omar Altakori, for coming in and helping us learn how to make viral videos. One thing that I took away from that session that Omar said really was the idea that it's a process. And so I really want you to be thinking about that when you're creating YouTube videos. And, when we were having that strategy workshop, I remember one of the comments was like, man, all of this seems really hard. Right? Like this all looks like it takes time. And I just want to encourage you that as you're creating YouTube videos, as you're growing your online business around your YouTube channel, that this is going to be hard and it is going to take time, because good things like these types of things don't just happen overnight, and you have to work hard to make these things work. So I just want to encourage you that if you're just getting started on YouTube, if you are in the season where you just feel like you're in a dip, like you feel like you're just not getting the traction, that it may be time for you to take the YouTube class. We have a free YouTube class here at Think Media. And I want to encourage you that your next step might be to go and register for our free class, where you're going to learn what's working on YouTube and why it's important to actually know the different analytics that matter. But not only that, how to make the right videos for your audience. Because I know that if you're here watching this video, that you're a purpose-driven content creator, that you have a message that you want to get out, and that you just need to figure out what videos should you be making to be able to get views and earn money and be able to create a lifestyle that works for you. And so I want to encourage you that your next step might be to go and watch our free YouTube class. This class is coming down soon. And so I don't want you to miss this opportunity. And then at the end of that class, you'll be given the opportunity to join us inside of Video Ranking Academy. That's one thing that Omar did say inside of this, is that, you know, our VRA fam, I saw a hashtag in the comments, our VRA fam really is where our heart and soul is here at Think. We are there helping that community. And so if that is the right option for you, then you'll actually get this entire YouTube workshop for free when you join Video Ranking Academy. So that was just one little piece of the entire workshop. So go ahead and register at thinkmasterclass.com for that free class. And if you want to check out another video just like this, you can tap the screen and go to the next video. And until then, I'll see you soon. Bye.